swoosh, bam, zoom. Take this.
Wait a minute. What exactly are you doing over there?
I am using my magic anime powers. Bam! I am jumping super high into the sky. I am spiking this volleyball with actual fire.
Okay. Let's put the fire away for a second. I can see you are very excited about today's deep dive.
I totally am. Today we are talking about the famous Japanese anime Haikyuu.
Right.
It is a show about volleyball. It is super popular all over the world. And honestly, I just really love magic sports.
Well, I actually have a really big surprise for you.
Oh, yeah? What is the surprise?
There is a twist today. There is zero magic in Haikyuu.
Wait, what? No magic at all?
None. No fire. No flying. It is 100% real life.
Are you completely sure about that?
I am completely sure, and that is exactly what we are going to explore today for you, our listener. We have a really great mission for this deep dive.
Okay, I am listening. Tell me the mission.
So we are going to discover the surprising true history of volleyball anime.
Nice.
We will see exactly how a cartoon actually changed the real world. Wow.
And finally, we will learn a beautiful life lesson. It is a lesson about winning, losing, and just loving what you do.
Wow. Okay, well, my magic powers are gone. But I am ready for the real story. Where do we even start?
Let's start with the history. How do you think sports anime began?
Oh, well, that is easy. Sports anime was always made for boys.
Why do you say that?
Because boys love action, right? They love fighting. They want to compete and be the strongest. So creators made sports shows for boys to watch. I am very confident about this.
Well, I actually have to correct you here. You are totally wrong.
Really? Am I?
Yeah, you are. The history of volleyball anime did not start with boys. It actually started with women.
Wait, really? Women?
Yes, women.
Yeah.
To understand why, we need to go back in time. We need to go to the year 1964.
1964. That was a big year for Japan, right?
It was a huge year. The Olympic Games were in Tokyo.
Oh, right. The Olympics are a massive deal. All the best athletes in the world go there.
Exactly. And in 1964, the Japanese women's volleyball team played. And they actually won the gold medal. Wow. That means they beat everyone else in the whole world.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But you have to understand why this was so important back then. Japan was still rebuilding its country at that time.
Right. That makes sense.
Millions of people watched this game on their televisions.
So it was like the whole country was watching them play.
Pretty much, yeah. Winning that gold medal gave the whole country a feeling of hope. The players became national heroes.
Wow.
People just went crazy for women's volleyball.
That makes total sense to me. It wasn't just a game. It was a proud moment for the country.
Exactly. So because of this big win, a creator decided to make a comic book about it. The first show was called Attack Number 1.
Was this a comic book for everyone?
Well, it was a special kind of comic. In Japanese, it is called shoujo.
Shoujo. Can you explain what that means in super simple English?
Of course. Shoujo just means comics made for young girls.
Oh, wow. So the very first volleyball comic was made for young girls.
Yes, it really was. The main character was a young girl named Kozue Ayuhara. She wanted to play on the national team.
That sounds like a cool story.
It was very popular. Then later in the 1980s, there was another big show. It was called Attacker U.
So we have two big shows for girls. Were these shows just about playing the sport?
No, and this is where it gets really interesting. These early shows for girls were very, very dramatic.
Dramatic. How so?
Well, the creators knew what their readers liked. The readers loved big emotions. So the shows had lots of crying.
Lots of crying over volleyball.
Oh, yeah. They had girls fighting with their families all the time.
Oh, so it was lots of personal problems.
Yes, exactly. They also had angry coaches who yelled all the time. The volleyball was just in the background, really.
That is wild.
The real story was the drama and the feelings.
I am honestly amazed. I always thought sports anime was just guys yelling at each other on a court. I had no idea. It started with girls and family drama.
It is a really surprising history, for sure.
But wait, I have to push back a little here.
Go ahead.
If the old shows were all about girls and family drama, why is Haikyuu so different today? I mean, Haikyuu is about boys, and it is deeply focused on the actual sport.
That is the perfect question. To understand why Haikyuu is different, we have to look at the person who made it.
Okay.
We have to look at the creator, Haruichi Furudeite.
Okay, tell me about him.
Haruichi Furudeite didn't just write about volleyball, he actually played it in real life.
Oh, nice.
He played in middle school and he played in high school too.
Oh, so he really knew how the game works. What position did he play on the team?
He played a position called middle blocker.
Middle blocker.
Yeah.
Okay. I know some sports, but let's explain that clearly for you, our listener.
Sure. Picture the volleyball net in your mind.
Okay, I see the net.
The middle blocker guards the center of that net. When the other team hits the ball over, this player jumps up.
They jump up to stop it.
Exactly. They put their hands high in the air. They try to block the ball from coming over to their side.
So they literally block the middle. That is very easy to understand.
Yes. So the creator played this real position. He knew what it felt like to sweat on the court.
He knew the real work.
Right. He knew the pain of real practice.
And how did that change his story?
It changed everything. Because he knew real volleyball, he didn't want to use magic. He didn't give his characters crazy superpowers.
Like my magic fire spike from earlier.
Right, none of that. The characters in Haikyuu just do normal, hard training. They do drills. They practice their serves.
Okay, wait, I have to stop you there. I want to challenge this idea.
Sure, what is it?
Anime without magic sounds kind of boring. If I want to see normal people doing normal training, I will just go to a real gym.
I get that.
Why do millions of people watch a cartoon about normal practice?
I totally understand why you would think that, but it is actually more exciting exactly because it is real. Let me give you an example from the show.
Okay, convince me.
The main character is a boy named Shoyo Hinata. Now, volleyball is a sport for tall people, right?
Yes, for sure. You want tall people to block the ball.
Well, Hinata is very, very short.
Oh, that is a big problem in volleyball.
That is a massive problem. And he doesn't have a magical power to help him fly over the net.
He doesn't get a sudden super boost.
No, nothing like that. So what does he do?
Does he just quit?
No, he practices. He practices jumping every single day until his legs hurt. He uses hard work to fight against the tall player.
Oh, I see.
Because there is no magic, you feel a real connection.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When you, the listener, watch the short boy work so hard, you feel it in your heart. You feel like you can achieve your own goals, too.
That actually gives me goosebumps. If Hinata can work hard and win without magic, maybe I can work hard and win in my own life. That is a beautiful emotional link.
It really is. And you know what is crazy?
What?
Because the anime feels so real and so human, it actually started changing the real world.
Wait, a TV show changed the real world? How?
Let's talk about how this anime went global. It became very popular in lots of countries. It went to Korea, Taiwan, and Thailand.
That makes sense. Those countries are in Asia. They are close to Japan.
But then it went much further. It went to Germany. It went to Malaysia. And I have a really surprising fact for you about Switzerland.
Switzerland, the country in Europe with all the snowy mountains.
Yes, that's Switzerland. Now, in Switzerland, volleyball was not a popular sport at all. People just didn't care about it.
That is normal.
Mm-hmm.
Some countries love soccer. Switzerland probably loves winter sports like skiing.
Exactly. But then the people in Switzerland watched Haikyuu.
And what happened?
After they watched it, volleyball became super popular.
No way.
Yes. People loved the story of hard work and team spirit. That feeling crossed cultural borders. People wanted to feel that team bond, so they started real teams.
A cartoon from Japan made a whole sport popular in a European country. That is incredible.
It is. And the lines between anime and real life started to mix together.
Mixed together? What do you mean by that?
I mean, the fans started treating real life like a cartoon. Let me tell you about the 2022 Men's World Championship.
Okay, a real-life sports tournament. Where was it?
It was played in the countries of Poland and Slovenia. The real Japanese national team was playing there.
Okay.
Their team name is Ryujin Nippion.
Ryujin Nippion. That sounds like a cool anime name.
Right. Well, the fans went to the real games, and they treated the real players just like anime characters.
How did they do that?
Because the anime taught them how to be fans. For example, there is a real Japanese player named Yuji Nishida. The fans went totally crazy for him. He had to sign tons of autographs.
Like he was a Hollywood movie star.
Exactly. And there is another player named Ren Takahashi. He became extremely popular with women overseas.
Wow.
The fans made big flags. They made giant banners with words on them, just like the fans do in the Haikyuu TV show.
My mind is blown. The fans watched the anime, and it gave them the language and the style to cheer in real life.
Yeah.
They brought the cartoon banners into the real stadium.
It really shows how powerful a good story can be.
You know, talking about how big this is globally, I want to bring up something else.
What is that?
Money.
Ah, yes. The business side.
Anime movies are making a massive amount of money now. They are getting huge in America. I was looking at the box office numbers.
What did you find?
Well, there was an action anime movie called Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Oh, yeah. That is a very famous show with lots of magic and fighting.
Do you know how much money that movie made in the U.S.? $34 million.
$34 million. That is a lot of tickets.
It is. But then look at an older sports anime movie, a famous basketball show called Slam Dunk.
I remember that one.
When its movie came out in the U.S. years ago, it only made $1.2 million.
Wow. $34 million for action and only $1.2 million for sports. That is a huge difference.
Yes. Sports anime used to be a very small business in the West. But now, because Haikyuu is so popular, it is opening the door for everyone.
That makes total sense.
Haikyuu proved that real, human sports stories can sell just as well as magical action movies.
That is a great point. It didn't just change the fans, it changed the whole anime business. But, you know, we have talked about history, we have talked about money, but the most important thing Haikyuu changes is how we feel inside.
How we feel inside.
Yes, it changes how we handle our own mistakes and our own failures.
Failures. I will be honest, I do not like thinking about my failures.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
But this brings us to the deepest part of our deep dive, the life lesson.
Okay, tell me the lesson.
I want to share a true story from a writer. Her name is Petrana.
Petrana. Okay.
Yeah.
What is her story?
Petrana was a competitive swimmer when she was younger.
Swimming is really hard work.
Very hard work. She practiced every day. In the summer, she practiced twice a day.
Twice a day. Her arms must have been so tired.
Yes. She worked very hard to be fast. But she had a secret problem.
What was it?
She hated the competition part.
She hated competing. But isn't that the whole point of sports?
Yeah.
You race to win.
For some people, yes. But one day, Petrana had a bad race. She swam as fast as she could.
Right.
But when she looked at the clock, she didn't beat her time. She was slower than before.
Oh, man. That is the worst feeling. You work so hard and you still fail.
Exactly. She got out of the pool. She walked over to the warm-down pool where she was all alone. She pulled her plastic swimming goggles down over her eyes.
And what did she do?
She cried. She sobbed in the water.
Why was she crying so hard?
She felt ashamed. She felt bad because she wasn't the best. She wasn't as fast as the other girls.
You know what? I relate to that so much. And I think you, our listener, can relate to that too.
Really? How does it connect to everyday life?
Well, it happens all the time with hobbies. Think about playing a new video game or trying to learn a new language. You try really, really hard. You practice every single day.
Right. You put in the work.
But then you look on the internet.
Okay.
And you see someone else who is 10 times better than you.
How does that make you feel?
It makes you feel stupid.
Yeah.
It makes you want to quit entirely. You sit there and think, why am I even doing this if I am not the best?
That is exactly how Petrana felt. She actually stopped swimming after that.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
She gave up something she spent hours doing.
It is sad. But years later, Petrana watched Haikyuu. And the show actually helped her heal her heart.
A volleyball show healed a swimmer's heart. How did it do that?
Because Haikyuu teaches a very special lesson. It teaches us that sports and hobbies are not just about winning the gold medal.
If they aren't about winning, what are they about?
They are about loving the game. They're about the feeling of just playing. Let me give you two great examples from the show.
Okay, let's hear the first one.
The first example is a character named Sugawara.
Who is Sugawara?
He is an older player on the team. He's a senior. That means it is his last year of high school.
Okay, so this is his last chance. He probably wants to play every single game before he graduates.
He does want to play. He is the starting player. But there is a younger player on the team named Kageyama, and Kageyama is simply better.
Oh, no. That hurts your pride.
It hurts a lot. But Sugawara does something amazing. He gives up his starting spot.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he tells the coach to let the younger player play instead of him.
Why would he do that? It's his last year.
Because it is better for the team. Sugawara accepts his limits. He knows he isn't the best in the world.
Yeah.
But he loves his team more than his own pride. He still loves the game. He wants them to win, even if he has to sit and watch from the side.
Wow. That takes a really big heart. He chose his love for the team over his own ego.
Yes, he did. Now, let me give you the second example.
I am ready.
This example is about a losing team. In the show, the main team plays against a school called Tokonami High.
Is Tokonami High a strong team?
No, they are not strong at all. One of their players is named Aikijiri, and Aikijiri has to play against his old childhood friend, Daichi.
Oh, playing against an old friend is tough. You really want to beat them.
It is very tough, but Aikijiri knows a sad truth. He looks across the net and he knows his team will lose. The other team is just too fast and too strong.
So what do? If you know you're going to lose, why even try? Do they just give up?
That is the lesson. They don't give up. They play as hard as they can. They dive onto the floor for every ball. They sweat. They shout. They push their bodies to the absolute limit.
But why?
Not for a medal. They do it because they just want to play the game they love for a few more minutes.
A few more minutes.
Yes. Losing means they have to pack their bags and go home. If they fight hard, they get to stay on the court a little bit longer.
Wow. They don't care about being the champions. They just want to play volleyball. They love the feeling of playing.
Exactly. And when Petrana watched this scene, she realized something big about her own past. She realized why she cried in the pool that day.
Why did she cry?
She realized she didn't cry because she wanted a gold medal. She cried because she was losing the feeling of swimming.
The feeling of swimming.
Yes, she loved the feeling of gliding through the cool water. She loved the feeling of pulling her arms through the pool.
I totally get that.
She loved the quiet feeling underwater. She loved the feeling, not the winning.
Oh, that changes everything. She thought she was ashamed about losing the race, but she was really just sad about saying goodbye to a feeling she loved.
Yes. And when she realized this, the shame went away. She didn't feel stupid anymore. She looked back at her swimming days with love instead of sadness.
That is such a beautiful lesson. That makes me want to go back to my video games or my hobbies and not care if I lose. I just want to enjoy the feeling of doing them.
That is the real magic of Haikyuu. No fire, no flying, just real human feelings.
Well, we learned a lot today on this deep dive. We went on a pretty big journey.
We really did. Can you wrap it up for us?
I can definitely try. First, we learned that sports anime didn't start with boys fighting. It started with amazing women winning gold in 1964 and giving a country hope.
That is right.
Second, we learned about a creator who used his real-life sweat. Because he knew the real sport, he didn't use magic. And that made the story feel perfectly real.
Exactly.
Third, we saw how that real feeling changed the world. It made people in Switzerland play volleyball, and it changed the whole anime movie business.
Yes, it crossed all borders.
And last, we learned the deepest lesson of all. It is okay to just love doing something, even if you aren't the best in the world.
Beautifully summarized.
And now I want to turn directly to you, our listener, for one final thought.
Yes, think hard about this one.
Think about your own favorite hobby. It can be anything. Sports, drawing, reading, or even learning English. Ask yourself this question. Do you do it because you want to be the best in the world? Or do you do it just because you love the feeling it gives you?
Just love the feeling.
Maybe, just maybe, you don't need a gold medal to be a winner in your own life. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. Keep learning, keep loving what you do, and we will talk to you next time. Goodbye.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.